Okay, so basically, when I give a few minutes talk, and then we give a little bit of demo, talk about this, but you learn the course and all these things from. So basically, you can see uh, I put it this heading, how a beginner can become analyst, data scientist in 6 months, no CS degree. So basically, those who already know, then it would be much better for them, but also those who are completely new, coming from a different field. So I go through uh, from the very beginning so that, those who are already know, it could be revision for you guys. And we discuss every basic, because some people don't know the language. So if I start writing the loops and all this function and all this yeah, then they will not understand. So I have to give everything from the beginning for the language wise, but definitely we'll learn completely. It's not like a application development. Here we're going to learn all related to the data and data structure, how we'll data is structured. Then we create all types of data, and then from the data we will start to uh, learn what kind of model we are going to be able to do it, so that we have to do ADF. And then we also choose all kind of model and how which model is going to fit and all these things step by step. We are going to learn a lot of library, but not only that, because I have done three. It going to be three different segment, uh, and all the segment will cover total data science. Total data science. So that means it's going to cover data analytics, data science, all the whatever it's necessary in this field, which all going to be covered. So which I'm going to show you, but let me say a few things about before. Let me put it in my camera on. Let's see. Okay, just a second. Okay, I just put my camera on. So all right. So today, when I talk, I just give some how to going to how you can be data analyst, data scientist, and then
Hello.
yes,
Hello. Yes,
yes.
sorry. Just sorry for cutting you off. How do you say your name, please?
My name is Kondokar. Kondokar is
Kondoke. Okay, so I just need it. So I just
yes.
want to ask a quick question. The for each class, are we going to be getting a recording of each classes?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of
Okay, yeah,
course.
thank you
Each
very
class
much.
you
Yeah,
go and got the recording.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
We,
Thank you.
we we also going to talk that.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
So how to become a data analyst, data science, different branches in this field, and then data science career and job opportunity. Definitely, you guys already know this field is growing a lot compared to any other field. And then I give some little demo related to all the tools we're going to learn, which we're going to talk about also. So these are very simple things, but we all already know that everything we do nowadays, we are generating data, isn't it? Your picture, our picture, everything is data. Even we are not doing anything, sitting in somewhere or walking on the road, still we are generating data because there are CC camera taking the pictures. So that means data is generating, isn't it? So that's why becomes so important data that because of the millions of billions of data, that's why it's possible to create all this AI and everything, no? Because of this data. So this data comes with a number of different way, but it's in overhead. I mean, if you high level, you can think data can be data structured data and then unstructured data. So structured data, basically when we do the use all kind of application, like use a bank account, like we are buying something. Behind the scene, there is a relational database. Those are structured data because there has a table format. It has a column and row, everything. So it follows certain rules. So those are structured data. But we are generating more unstructured data than structured data, and unstructured data becomes also very valuable when we do the chatting, we doing email, or doing social media, anything we doing social media, everything become unstructured data, because those are, we putting the picture and giving the comment, like these are all unstructured data. Our this unstructured data can be converted to the structured data by using the web scraping or NLPs, or there are even I think Facebook, they have their own uh, application to convert it all this data to the structured data as well. So this data, we have to keep it in a certain place. How it works? If I just uh, show you if I give you a little bit of idea. Say for example, we are generating data, isn't it? We are using some kind of app. We are using app over here, and then that means this app as a behind the the back end, there is also table, isn't it? There is a table that has a table, and this is a structured table. It has all the data is coming inside this table. This table stay where it is stay inside the database. Inside the database shows like a container, like this shows inside the database. Then this database also stay inside the server. Okay, and that server could be anywhere in the world. So that's how most of the structural database stay. And then you are sitting over here, you are connecting this server and getting access this data, and you are doing all kind of report dashboard you are generating. That is something I'm going to show you also. So that's how it works, everything. Okay, so that's what I show over here. See, this is all this data is come to the database container. So database is a systematic collection of data from the random information. We collect the data and keep it inside the table, and that table stay inside this database container. That database could be we can physically can keep this many different ways in it. It could be on premise, it could be cloud, or it could be a hybrid. So when you are working in an office, so that office has a one designated room as really designated room, keep it for a server only, no? So that means we are keeping data inside our office. That means we are keeping on premise. So that means we need our own DBA, own cut all people. So we have to hire and maintain all these things ourselves. But nowadays we are going towards the cloud. So if I keep it in a cloud, that means I can keep it in a third party tools. So that third party could be IBM, Alibaba, AWS, Google, Azure, or could be hundreds of different data center people, have those are not maybe that big name, but there are hundreds of data center. I think I sometimes say, when I also live in Virginia. So Virginia is a place, there are so many, maybe it is becoming world largest data center place, because one area I go, that area, every building I see, those are all data center. So maybe your data could be one of those data center. You don't know actually. Uh, because those are done by the management, so they take care of this. But we just connect and get the data, and then we do our work from the server. Anyway, and it could be sometime hybrid. Sometime people keep it some data their own, and then some data in a cloud. So that could be hybrid. Anyway, so next is when we talk about the data engineer, data science, a lot of names is floating, and then under the data analyst, data science, there are so many different job uh, uh, title also. When you work for a company, I was working one company, my position was a report developer, but I was working in the field of data science, so but position was report developer. So it could be a product analyst, market analyst, data engineer, machine learning engineer. There are so many business and different position. But basically, we need to know all these things like how to do the data collection, data handling, data cleaning, data modeling, data analyzing, data visualization, and predictive analysis. These are the things if I know, that means I can consider myself is a data analyst and data scientist. Nowadays, you need to know the both actually, because in your resume nowadays they put SQL SQL/Python, like a Python, like this way they wrote, or R. If you look the job requirement, most of the place I see like this way they wrote. There are some special, sometimes they maybe need only the SQL developer. That's a completely different thing. Or but they expect that if you know SQL, you need to know Python nowadays. It used to be, and then if you know Python, you need to know the SQL. So that means you have to know these two languages to build yourself as a data scientist in this field. And then so yeah, I mean, it is every day is things are changing. So like even SQL, by using the SQL, you can do the prediction. We usually do by learning the Python. Even if you know the SQL, there you start going towards that direction. You can use the and do the prediction also. So the way I always think that if you put everything in a data science, and then inside the data science, all these data analytics, all this position, you can put it inside. So I do not want it to, like the way it is showing the picture. I do not want that way. I like to put like everything inside the data science. Okay, all the position. And so what is the difference between data analytics, data science? This is you can say subset of data science, because if you look out over here, they also separated over here data analytics and data science, two different bar. See, is the same thing. Everything is same over data collection, data integration, like a data exploration. Here is only these two part, model development and model deployment. Okay, model development, every data scientist has to do, but deployment, it goes from little bit of data engineer also. But you have to know first development, then you add yourself little bit of the data, when it's called model deployment, then it comes software development like a life cycle. Model development, and then once you put it in the production server, then it is when the people are going to use, then a lot of things happen that time also. There are so much work also with the model also. Anyway, so that you're going to learn those. So that's how I put data science, and then the way I teach, I put SQL. Everything in my course, we touch everything, because to complete the data science course in this ecosystem, you need to know all of those. All right. So basically, Okay, so when it comes to the syllabus, like all these things I say, but I also go check sometime, like all this big company, like university, sorry, not company, university actually, not Carolina State University, University of Texas, Berkeley Institute, and go through their science course, like a data analytics, data science course, what they're teaching. So what I see is I also pretty much cover everything, and then over here they teach little bit more also statistical foundation for analytics. That is something also when I teach Python, I go through also all these things. So that means pretty much cover everything. So for myself, this is so all things I teach, but I teach a little bit different by creating three different segment, because like it is like a segment first, segment one, and then it has a sequel, Azure Data Warehouse, MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence, which is you go through, like a reporting system and ETL process through you take the data from source to destination. Different source data, you take it to the another destination. It could be one server to another server, Excel to another server, server to server, cloud to server, cloud to download from another connection and put it another server. So this kind of things you can do it with the tools, SSIS tools, integration service, mm, or ODBC connection. There are a number of way to do it, but there is a Microsoft tools is there. You can do it with this one. And then ETL, yeah, this is ETL process using this SSIS tools. So this is segment one, and then we go for the visualization, Power BI, Advanced Excel, because this Power BI tools comes from Advanced Excel. So that means you need to really know Advanced Excel in order to become a data analyst also, because you can, I mean, the lot of, I think I have worked so many company, and it doesn't matter. Is you have to use the Excel. Every company you go, you're gonna have to use the Excel. And so you need to know very good in Excel. And then number one tool is the Power BI, isn't it? In the world right now, every company use Power BI. They used to have a Tableau or other tools, but side by side they start using Power BI. So whoever has a Tableau in their possess, and people using lot of a report developed by the Tableau, but on the side sometimes they are converting from Tableau to the Power BI, or they have a two tools. One of my students working in a North Carolina. So she always, when she talked to me, and then I saw that she has to do the both tools, Power BI and Tableau, both she has to do it. But you need to know the Power BI very good, because a lot of company going to be converting Tableau to the Power BI, or they're going to do Power BI, because Power BI is a way to convenient and cheap compared to Tableau. Although because Power BI came 2013, is really start growing from 2013, but Tableau is there for long before 2013. So that's why Tableau a lot of companies, but it's very expensive also, Tableau. That's why maybe Power BI become number one tools. And then third segment also, we go through the Python, basic Python first, and then we go to the machine learning, deep learning. These are we go through this, and we have to download the Anaconda and then Jupyter Notebook. We go through two tools, Jupyter Lab and Colab, these two tools. But Jupyter Notebook, I don't use anymore. So Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Colab. In order to get the Jupyter Lab, you have to download the Anaconda IDE. Okay, so which is I can show you. You can if you go to my one of the site. Uh, 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 if you go to this is my site, this is my website, this is ksiDataResearch.com. No, I'm just putting in your chat box also, ksiDataResearch.com. If you go over here, yeah, I already put it. If you go over here, you can see there is a FAQ and blog FAQ. If you go to the FAQ, in under the FAQ, yeah, FAQ. Under the FAQ, I make this space for readiness, a readiness for course actually. Basically, you will see what are the tools I'm using. You have to download all these tools. Here is the computer configuration, and then because we do the Zoom class. Sometime when do the Zoom class, I share my screen. You have to share your screen sometime to show me what is the problem, no? Or like sometime I say, hey, I can write on your computer, so that you have to give me the access. So these are the things you can learn through over here. Also Google, everything, all the classes, class note, everything goes in a Google Drive. All the everyday class everyday class will be systematically inside the Google Drive. So if you go through this, you can see all this information also. And the three segment I said, each segment has some data set we going to use, which is you can upload from here also. Before the data set, you can do the download the necessary software. No, so say for example, we have to if I'm then from tomorrow 9 p.m. the same time, we're going to start Python. So Python. So in order to download the Python, you have to go through the Anaconda navigator for data science. Like you have to come over here and click here to see the instruction. This one actually I put the instruction over here. So because it's very simple, if you go through follow this instruction, you click it and download the instruction, and then you will see everything step by step. You can do it. Also, at the same time, you can go through few YouTube also, you can check, and then, just educated yourself first, and then you go through and download this. That is Jupyter. That would be a Jupyter Lab. We're going to use Jupyter Lab. But without Jupyter Lab also, I'm going to show you tomorrow Colab. We can use the Colab, which is we do not have to download anything. We do not have to do any kind of configuration, nothing. We just go to the online, and just like the way we keep our data inside the Google Drive, similar way we're going to use, like I think all of us nowadays use like a Google Sheet, isn't it? Google Sheet, Google Doc, because these are we now this is online version. No, we can use Google Sheet, Google Excel type, no, Google Sheet. So similarly, we have a Google Colab. Okay, so we don't have to do anything. We just going to show you tomorrow class. We and until that, at the same time you can learn, and you can also same time you can download this Jupyter Lab also. Okay, so once your Jupyter Lab ready, which is would be in our computer, so then we can but Colab is something is just is a online version. It is sometimes becomes slow because all over the world people are using that Colab. I think it has become a little slow. I see that. So we're going to eventually going to use Jupyter Lab. So you can start working on it now, so that you can anyway, so you're going to have a time for it. So after that, like when we go into the different segment, then we're going to go over here, take all these database from here, and download and everything. I have a one guy, he's work with me, and he's going to help you guys for all these things, downloading, or if you have any question, any issue downloading, so he'll help you on this. So every help you will get it from this page actually. Okay, so segment wise it will come. Anyway, so that basically that's it. So this is the contact person. He's going to be, just if you call him, if you try to download anything, if you have a problem, something, he's call him. He going to help you, and he also call you sometime. If you need any help, something. He's Shohidul Islam. He's going to he work with me. Okay. All right. So machine learning progress, these are the things I'm going to not talk too much today. These are the things you're going to get everything: live class, record video, problem solving, one-to-one support. You don't need internship here, but if you want, you can do the internship, because I give Singapore internship. I know that a lot of my students also completed yeah, from the back, other country like Bangladesh and others. But in this country, I don't know, if you want, you can do it, but not. And also, these are, I go through the freelancing support Upwork agency. This is only for people, not only for, it is the people are, I have a group in back home also, so they do these things. But in this country, Canada, America, you're gonna need actually job readiness and your recommendation with the job partner. These are the things I go through mainly 9, 10 for in this country, because job readiness, your resume, once you put your resume, make sure you got call every day or every other day, something come in your in your email, because that's how your resume should be written. All the keywords should be there, isn't it? So as soon as they uh, you look for a position, they always go through the keyword. So as any keyword they put, make sure your resume pop up. That's how you create your resume. Because first you have to give a few interview, then you can get a job, no? Anyway, so certificate, you can, if you want, you can get the certificate. I will give the mentor throughout the program and all these things. So if I give you before, mm, uh, if you wanted to ask anything, I can talk, but otherwise I will give the demo, talk to the tools I'm using. These are actually, we're not going to talk right now. So if you want if anybody wanted to talk anything or ask anything, you can do it. So basically, three segment, isn't it? So although we are going to learn the Jupyter notebook and everything, I'm going to show you, but our data is started. You can think of from the SQL. So because like our our data is started. Our As soon as you open any application and doing something, doing banking, ordering something, doing Uber, you're going through the Uber, right? In everything you doing it, you are generating data, isn't it? So, so that means the data is started from the SQL. You can think of the SQL server. I'm open the SQL server. So this SQL server has a connection. That means the application, all the application is connecting through with the database, and that database could be anywhere in the world in a server. That server could be cloud, or that server could be on premise. It doesn't matter. It could be any place. So what you're going to do, you're going to open the SQL server, and then you're going to connect, isn't it? You're going to connect as soon as you have your server name, and then if you have a username, password, and all this login and password, if you have that credential, as soon as you have a credential, you connect, and then you're going to see on the left side is right now is nothing, isn't it? It is not getting data from anywhere. So as soon as you connect, you will get the you will get the uh, database connection, and this database could be could be anywhere in the world, but you are connecting through your office or your home. As long as you have the server name and then username, password, you can connect. So once you have the data over here, these are sometime will be the production data, no? So that means most of the time you might not have access for this data. That means is because production data means is like a real time people using banking, and then data is coming inside this server, maybe one of the table, the data coming. So that means you will not get a access. But most of the time, most of the database you will not have the access, but the project you are going to work, you're going to have access. Okay, maybe you are when you're going to be data analyst, say for then at that time maybe you have access on this one, but you do not have this one. See, look, this one is Adventure Work 2022, Adventure Work Data Warehouse 2022. So that means first one, maybe the production server data is coming over here, but data warehouse, all the data we are transferring from that server to this, I mean, this database to the this, maybe both are in the same server, okay? But it is a production, so we are converting from transferring data from production to data warehouse. See, so that process we are going to use maybe ETL process. ETL, through the ETL process from the production server, we are bringing data to the data warehouse. So these are the things you're going to learn when you're going to learn the SQL, because this is the place we're going to learn the SQL, okay? All the coding and everything, how to all this relational database work, and we can write the report and everything. That is something you're going to learn. At the same time, also you're going to learn how to transfer data from one server to another server, or from one database to another database, or how you can convert it to the data warehouse. Bringing data to the data warehouse. Data warehouse is a different technology we follow. So this is the SQL we're going to do. Say for example, I'm click the new query over here. One of the database, say for example, if I open over here, say for example, world population over here, world population. So this is one of the database. Uh, we can take it from the online, and then see, this is the database. We can take it from the online, and then there is a lots of table inside over here. Just for example, I'm showing. So if I click over here, that means it's going to download this database. Okay. So this is what kind of data is this? This is world population. This is all the in country name over here, their population, ranking, area, density. These are the. If I click over here, is going to download in my computer. So I already bring it over here. So this is the data set over here. Uh, I just download it from there. So this is the data set. Okay. So this is the data set, world population. It has all this country name and their highest population, area, land area, all these things over here. So this is the data set. We can connect this Excel from here to all the tools you use. You can connect with the Python. You can connect with the Python tool, Excel, like Excel, Power BI, or SQL Server. You can bring in data from any source. So if I, how to bring it data, that is something we're going to learn also in our class when the segment will come. So this is the tools. See, this I already bring it to through import export ETL process. I already bring it to data over here. So see, there is a table, and this data set, if I right click over here, and then you can see all the data over here also. See, so that means we have a production data is coming over here. We can bring it to the data warehouse, or we can, your boss give you some Excel data or other data, CSV data. You can import this data in this tool also. And then you can run the query, and like from here, say for example, I wanted to see something, top 10 countries. If I wanted to see top 10 countries, population wise, top 10 country, only this part I wanted to see from here. So what I have to do, so I mean, these are the things you're going to learn in the class. I'm just going to uh, show you real quick that I'm going to keep it. uh, See, like these are what I'm doing it. That's the things you are going to learn actually in the class, or everything, how to write all this syntax. Uh, uh, Order by. See, like if I execute this one, now you can see Now you can see all the country and their population only over here from the descending order. The first top country, and then actually this is China is the highest, and then now India is the highest, and then uh, order by descending. No, so I have to do top 10 country. If I say top 10, I have to write just top 10 country. Oh, land area. Actually, I put the land area. Top 10 country land. Which country has the highest area? Not the population. Population actually India and China, but the size wise, world's largest size actually Russia, second actually China, then third is United States. We thought like a United States maybe second. Actually, China has a lot of space, but lot of unused space. Actually, they have a lot of mountain. But anyways, Russia first, China second, land wise. Okay, so see land wise top 10 country. So what I have done, these are the things you're going to learn when it comes to the SQL. So these things, say for example, you wanted to, these are like a a report. No, these are creating report. But if I wanted to see visualization, what I can do, I can go to this table. I can connect to the Power BI, and you can be able to nicely create the report also. I mean, visualization dashboard. You can create a report, dashboard, everything in a Power BI tool as well. So I'm opening the Power BI tool, and then I'm just connecting this with the data set. I mean, I'm connecting with the SQL server. I'm going to get the data, bring it to over here using the SQL server. Okay, so I'm going to so everything you are going to learn actually yourself, and you're going to whatever I'm doing it, you're going to do it in front of me also. Same thing. So that's how you're going to learn actually. So this is the I have to give the server name, and then like I'm connecting the Power BI with a SQL server so that I can get all this. uh, I can bring all the data set in and importing into the Power BI tool. Okay, so say for example this world population tools, this data set I wanted to bring it to the Power BI. As soon as I bring it, you will see everything is coming on the right side, is a loading right now the data set. And then over here you can see 234 data. It is already connected, and then I can see right here in the right side over here. Okay, so now if I wanted to show all this visualization, not the report, but is real visualization, then I can just add all kind of map, like anything I want. I can do this over here. How I can do this, I'm just showing it real quick. Many of you already maybe knows. Okay, so what I'm doing it is I'm bring it to the Power BI. So I put the country, location, and you can see the tables right here. Okay, so I put the country in the location. Look, it's nice. Nicely, you can see all the country over here. So if you put your mouse on top of it, it's called hover it. If you hover it, you can see all the country. No, is over here. But if you wanted to modify all these things, say for example, size wise, you wanted to do the modification. So what you need to do, you need to go through the population wise. No, so I'm putting these are the things you're going to learn actually. See, like I'm putting in a bubble size. I'm changing the size. As soon as I put this change the size, everything some are become very small because the small people, number of people, less number of people live over here. These are small island. But if you see over China, if you see India, there's United States, these are a lot more people because of the size you can see. But if you wanted to see more information by putting your separate, I can see right now is China and some of population, but I wanted to see their density. I wanted to see the rate of peoples, like lot of information I wanted to put by put my mouse, and I wanted to see all these countries information. That is called like it is called tooltip. See, like tooltip, you can see over here. If I put rank over here, and then if I put like a area over here, So many things I can put it over here, and then everything it will start to show. So now if I put it like this, look over here. Now this I put the country, I see the population, and I see the rank because the rank is 2 because India is a rank 1, China is a rank 2. And if I put over here is a rank 3. Like if I put over here is the rank is 4. See, that's according to size. But if I put over here, the rank is 186. See, because it's very small. So these are the information. You can get it right away. Okay. So it's so simple, isn't it? So, like if you wanted to change, and then like if you put the map like this, then if you wanted to know, if you wanted to see something different, so if you put over here, and then if you put the uh like I say, for example, if you wanted to see the people's country wise, country wise uh, eh, country wise, you wanted to see the population. See, look over here, so same thing, but over here you can see the population, country wise population. you know so now if you So now if I wanted to put another one, and if you wanted to make it something different, you can also do that. Okay. So like say, for example, you wanted to make this is a different type of, different type of, see over here, you put the donut chart or pie chart, sorry. If you wanted to see a donut chart, it could be the donut chart or anything you wanted to modify. Okay. So SQL Server, we're going to learn all kind of data, and there, like how to do a relational database work and joining everything. And then Power BI, we're going to learn the visualization. And then but from tomorrow, the class is going to start, which we're going to learn actually. This is going to learn in a Jupyter notebook. Okay, so this is the tool eventually going to download, and this is a browser tools. We're going to learn Jupyter Notebook. The Jupyter Notebook, we're going to start to learning the Python. We started from the basic, but if I, these are the a lot of library we're going to use, and how the library work and what is all this. I mean, we started from the very beginning and basic things. Okay, but what I'm trying to say over here, see, you see the world population I said over there. Over here, I can import that data also in a Jupyter notebook and do all kind of things. Okay. So for example, if I execute that, and if I take this, you can see the same data over here. See, place, population, country, you see all the area, everything. So now we can do so many things over here with this same data set. So same data set, we can bring it to the any place we want, we can do that. Okay. And then we also going to learn, some other type of data set, which is given to us through Python, different library, which we're going to learn also. So if I wanted to show you a few of them, so if you see, like the one of the data sets, see, like see all this data over here, is called Titanic, tips, taxis, like these are big data set actually. Okay, we can upload this data, and then we're going to learn so many things from here. This is going to start from tomorrow, Python class. Okay, but we're not going to go through this fast. We're going to very basic, started from the beginning. So see, like these are one of the tables. I just run it and bring it to one of the table. From this table, we go through a lot of we go through the EDA. So check, make sure that what kind of data set, this kind of things. This is you're going to learn in the class at the beginning. So see, like these are, see, once I see these, those who are become data analysts, they can say, okay, these are the things is called outlier. Okay, because this kind of data also give big problem for the for the machine learning part. When you do the prediction, if the data is too much far away, it's become problem. So these are the things, because these are the visualization is going to help you. And also, like also, if I show one more thing, SNS dot pair plot tips. So if I execute this one, this kind of lots of visualization we're going to see, like this one I created. So this one, this is the whole data set I execute, and this is giving me the correlation. Once because this data set has a people went to the bar, I mean in restaurant, they eat total bills and then tips, type of people, you smoke, day of the week, the dinner, lunch, size. So these are the tools we're going to do, learn and they check how they are correlated to each other. Like when the bills is, like a total bills is increasing, tips also increasing, this kind of things you're going to, that is something will come slowly when you're going to start learning. Okay. So what I wanted to show over here, one same data set, we can take it to the different tools, and then we can make a sense out of it. Okay. So uh, I don't want it to too much. We're going to start tomorrow. Stop sharing. So, so Demi, how are you? Is okay everything? Have you any questions, Demi?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, for everything is okay.
Okay, so are you gonna start joining tomorrow?
Yes, of course, I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, so tomorrow, everybody join tomorrow. We're going to started our first class, Python class. So anybody has any questions? Uh, Sabir, or
Yeah, I said, thank you that you went through pretty much the overview of the course, or probably
Mhm.
the half of the overview of the course.
Okay.
Even though there is a lot of other things
Yeah.
involved in there.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
what I understand, so you'll make us, or we were taking the course, you'll make them ready for the job, ready, right? So, you're gonna help us for the how to write the resume and also in the interview as well. So pretty much end to end, until we get a job. That's the whole course
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. This is something end to end. I would try to help. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sabir. Hussein. Oh, sorry. Everybody leaving. I forgot completely. See, like, so if you guys, I already said, uh, but if you guys, like, I wanted to make sure, I wanted to put a new group also. So just put your name and number in the chat box. Okay, everybody, please put your name and number, so that we put it in a new group, so that I can invite, so that reminder you guys also, although I have it, but just make sure that I have the name and number, everybody. So just click the chat box and put the name and number over there. Okay, a lot of people also, already 3 4 people left. I should ask that before. I forgot completely. All right. Yeah, just put name.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Imran Khan. How are you?
How are you, sir?
Yeah, pretty good,
Alhamdulillah.
pretty good, pretty good.
Uh, so due to the month of Ramadan, I couldn't attend the classes for Power BI,
Okay, okay,
and
okay.
although I have the videos on my SharePoint drive, my question is to prepare or to practice more and get the understanding very clearly. Will
Mhm.
will I have more projects that I can submit to you and practice a lot?
Yeah, definitely. So just sometime, this, because if you didn't join many, you can two things, like you can. I also actually 2 classes is still remaining. I will go over 2 classes. With the last 2 class would be the revision type class, so will everything cover on that class, and I will give you number of more projects. because a lot of things I haven't also like how to do the KPI, everything is not done yet. And then like I'll if you give you a little more project if you wanted to do that, but you have to go through all the video first, whatever I have done, the class video. uh, have you completed all the video yet?
No, no, sir. Unfortunately, I didn't get time to watch the videos, but just Eid is finished now, so I will start and I will complete the video first. And I believe I will need more practice to be expert or be fluent in Power BI. So projects are required by me. So and also I would like to request you please refer any book or any website or anything that
Okay,
can help us to practice ourselves
okay,
and get the
okay, okay,
understanding clearly from.
okay, Imran. Yeah, so like maybe like some other time you can sit down. We can join one to one, and then like we can go through what is what is your stand. We can see that also. Then we can I can recommended you so many other things also.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So Lemuel, did you put your name? Hello, Lemuel. Lemuel is anyway, so it doesn't matter. You can also join tomorrow because tomorrow is there would be the class. So Lemuel, I think you can unmute yourself or talk to me. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. Okay? Okay then. Thank you, everybody.